This is the Smash Beer Elite Stocks crown jewel of Arla competition, here for the season finale, the Twilight 100 at the Daytona International Speedway. These are the 6 drivers who will be duking it out for the title. Chris Johans and Leslie Riggs are tied for the points lead, and then we have Bruno Battaglia, Anthony Griffith, Bob Steffens, and Kevin Monroe. The pole winner would be Jason Bates, driving car number 51. Bates is going to get a jump on outside pole sitter Dale Underwood, but by the time they reach turn 1, the 51 and the 03 would be equally matched. That black car in the inside line is Obscure Entertainment Network commentator Earl McDermott, making his first Smash Beer Elite Stock start since the 2006 Smash Beer 100. McDermott qualified up front and was running there in the early stages of the race. Points leader Chris Johans qualified towards the back, however he quickly got on the inside line and started working his way towards the front. Here you see in front of Johans is Allie Riggs in the 19, and on Riggs' outside is her sister Leslie Riggs, Johans' points rival. We have a new manufacturer joining the lineup this week. That is the number 46 Zenas Hilt making its first Arla appearance, with Zenas test driver Leigh Gruel behind the wheel. However, Zenas is not proving its worth right now, running towards the back. Back up front, Earl McDermott takes the lead from Jason Bates. However, here comes Vinny Enzo creeping up on McDermott's inside. McDermott is going to have to yield to Enzo, and Enzo will take the top spot. Special paint scheme for the 2-car of Robert Truex this week. Smash Beer Twilight will be on the hood of that car, along with the Night Sky base, easily one of the most complex schemes on the track. By the way, Smash Beer Twilight is the premier sponsor of this event. Charlie Waters in the 41 car will be making his way towards the front. He was passed by Leslie Riggs on the last lap of California, and now he's back with a vengeance, taking the lead from Vinny Enzo, bringing Justin Parker and Cody Richards with him. Parker in the 07 would make a move on Waters for the lead, but then Cody Richards came in and made it a 3-wide battle for the top spot, bringing Kevin Colley and teammates Tommy Piper and Ryan Bell with him. Colley would then get a run on Richards, but his parade was rained on by Piper and Bell. Piper and Bell appeared to be working together for the entire race, up until they took the lead. That's when Bell decided to take the lead from Piper. Neji Hyuga in the 11 would then take advantage of the battle in front of him and took the lead for himself, bringing Chris Johans with him. Several laps later, Robert Truex would take the lead in that 2 car, and behind Truex you see Ken Groves in the brown and blue number 76. Groves is the owner of the 74 car driven by Lance Andrews, and the 78 car driven by Manuel Ortiz, the Daytona winner at the beginning of the season. A few laps later, Terry Stewart in the 21 would seem to come from out of nowhere to take the top spot. There you see the second car on the outside is Leigh Gruel, finally bringing that number 46 Zenas up front. However, he would be challenged by Milano Rossini and Anthony Griffith, and then he would start making his way backwards. Chris Johans was also heading in reverse, and Leslie Riggs in the 50 was sure to take advantage. Back up front, Rob Ryder in the 56 takes the lead from Terry Stewart with the help of Milano Rossini and qualifying race winner Roger Trelosky in the 20. But Rossini would get a little greedy, and he would try to take the lead for himself, but he would end up battling side by side with Rob Ryder for the next several laps. There you see Manuel Ortiz attempting to make it 3 wide, however he does not have enough room to complete the pass. Tristan Roberts would be another car running up front tonight. Roberts has been showing a lot of momentum in recent weeks. Roberts would bring the black number 32 of Kakashi Hatake with him, although it looks like Hatake is going to make a move on Roberts for second. Hatake would take the lead, but then Neji Hyuga came charging back to the front, taking Michael White and Scott Hamilton with him. There are rumors floating around that Team Master Cup Series driver Leonid Roderick will start up an Arla team in 2009, and Scott Hamilton will reportedly be one of his drivers. Roderick attempted this race in Chris Jackson's number 44, but he crashed out in the qualifying race. Vinny Enzo was another driver making his way back towards the front, taking the lead from Dale Underwood, bringing Hinata Hyuga and Cody Richards with him, along with Allie Riggs, who was starting to break into the top 10. Riggs was able to pick her way through traffic with the help of Jason Bates in the 51, and she took the lead away from Vinny Enzo. In the meantime, Leslie Riggs would be working her way towards the front until she was shoved up into the middle line. Riggs would be left praying for Chris Johans to run out of time to catch her. However, in the closing laps of the race, Johans was able to get by the 50, basically knocking her out of the hunt for the title. Jason Bates in the 51 would try to take the top spot from Allie Riggs, but he was stopped in his tracks by Charlie Waters in the 41, who would bring Robert Truex with him, and then Truex would take the lead from the 41. Throughout the race, you may have seen that red, white, and blue number 77 car in several shots. That is MRD Motorsports owner Tom Delgado running a one-off race in that car. However, towards the end of the race, it became pretty clear that he had one of the strongest cars. With just 2 laps to go, Delgado gets a run on Truex going into turn 3. Truex used a similar move to steal the win away from Delgado at the Texas race a few months back. Truex was faster than Delgado through the straightaways, but in the turns, Delgado had the preferred line. Coming off the final turn of the season, Truex starts to get an edge over Delgado. The 2 has more help than the 77, but coming through the tri-oval, Delgado has the edge. Delgado takes the win! A long season of struggles for Tom Delgado finally pays off with the victory in the Twilight 100. Truex is going to have to settle for being the bridesmaid in the final race of the season. Kevin Kelly in 3rd, Chris Johans in 4th, and Harry Inola in 5th. Ricky Navarro and Justin Parker get some of their best finishes of the season. Ryan Bell, first career top 10 for him. Scott Hamilton in 9th, and then Earl McDermott, a top 10 after a 2-year absence from the series. And now, the moment you've been waiting for ever since the season started. With 1,081 points, the 2008 Smash Beer Late Stocks champion will be Chris Johans, taking his 2nd career title. Johans had struggled in the early part of the season, but he showed amazing resilience, winning 2 races on his way to the title. And here are the complete final point standings. Leslie Riggs finished 51 points back. She was the only other driver to score more than 1,000 points. Bruno Battaglia remains in 3rd. Kevin Kelly moved up to 4th. Anthony Griffith and Bob Steffens finish out the season stuck to each other. After sitting out this race, Jared Anderson falls to 7th. Kevin Monroe in 8th, Terry Stewart in 9th, and Bobby Portu rounds out the top 10. And here's 11 through 20. Robert Truex, Vinny Enzo, Michael White, Charlie Waters wins Rookie of the Year despite having a lot of bad luck and no victories. Matt Scarano, Ricky Navarro, Allie Riggs in 17th despite having 2 wins. She displayed a lot of impatience throughout the season, and that's what cost her. Dale Underwood finished 18th, Kakashi Hatsuki in 19th, and Kurt Walker in 20th, unusually low for him. 21 through 30. What happened to Mario Franchetti? He was in the top 10 just a few races ago. Jason Bates, Manuel Ortiz, Tommy Piper, Justin Parker, Tristan Roberts. He's shown a lot of momentum in recent weeks. Mike Andrews, Neji Hyuga, Hinata Hyuga, and Ryan Baldwell. 31 through 40. Harry Inola, another guy who's been having some good finishes recently. Rob Ryder, Scott Hamilton, Cody Richards, Ronald Porter, Will Schwig, Jim Razor, Naruto Uzumaki, Jim Kidd, and Travis Keating. 41 through 50. Alex Carson, he's been struggling a lot this season despite winning the Homestead race last year. James West, Tom Delgado with his win moves up to 43rd. 44th is Junior Harder, another guy who hadn't been quite up to speed this season. Ryan Bell, Elizabeth Cargill-Smith, Laura Cyrus, Milano Rossini, Brenda Riggs, and Jeb Klinger. 51 through 60, Bixby Foot, Matt Taylor, Roger Terlosky, Greg Stanton, Randy Hughes, Andy Pearson, Thurston Blood, Chris Jackson, Todd Stater, and Alex Fizzola. It's unusual to see Andy Pearson finish so low in points, but he was driving for a brand new team this season, and new teams tend to struggle like this. 61 through 70, Olivier Martinez, Russell Avery, Earl McDermott, Mitchell Hill, Stephen Viper, Hamilton Portu, Lance Andrews, Philip Davidson, Alexis Rainsford, and Siam Thunia. And now for the final 9 drivers: Cedric Dejau, Ryan Saloon, Jack Bohart, Ken Groves, Matt Pearson, Leigh Gruel, Tevin Rogers, Aaron Cruz, and finishing dead last with only 5 points is Paul Allison. That's all for the 2008 Smash Beer Late Stock season. This is CJ, signing off.